Hey, everybody out there. Happy Wednesday evening. Congratulations to the San Francisco Giants for winning the World Series just now in Kansas City against the Royals. And I was pulling for the Royals, but that's okay. I actually got the game on in the background. But, well, the post-game show, I should say. Yeah, it looks like it's still the post-game show. So, anyway, congratulations to them. Um, this is going to be my fifth installment of the Lafayette-Lehigh Rivalry Yuengling Month video series that I've been doing, and I'm going to try to make it as fast as possible. The only issues about which I want to discuss are my good friend Aaron Kaufer, who's running for state representative up in Pennsylvania, and I also want to discuss what I thought was two ballot initiatives or constitutional amendments in New York State, but it's actually only one. The other one I don't really know much about, and I'll elaborate that in a second. So first of all, as always, we'll start the video by taking a sip of some beautiful Yuengling lager. All right, so my good friend Aaron Kaufer is running for state representative up in Pennsylvania. I forget the district. I know that he's not running against the incumbent because the incumbent, Phyllis Mundy, a Democrat, she decided to make this her last term and she's retiring after, I don't know, 10 years, 20 years, 10 terms, 12 terms, something like that. She was kind of entrenched, and he gave her a run for her money 2 years ago when he ran against her, I guess a year out of college. I graduated with him back in 2011 from Lafayette College. So I definitely strongly support my friend Aaron. We definitely agree on a lot of specific policy issues. There might be some things that we have some maybe small disagreements on, or maybe some issues that he would focus on and some issues that I wouldn't focus on, and vice versa. But I do believe that he's an honest person. I think he wants to do what's right for Pennsylvania. I don't think he'd be able to live with himself if he were to do something legislatively that wasn't right or that was done for the wrong reasons. So I endorse him partially for that reason. Specifically, however, looking at the policy issues, something that he focuses on in his campaigns and things that he's talked with me about and gotten my opinion on are specifically um, government reform. And that sounds like a very generic term, but specifically what that refers to is government employees and especially politicians' pensions and other benefits. So I understand in the Pennsylvania state legislature, legislators get an annual salary, which I think is pretty generous, and I think they get benefits, health insurance and whatnot. In addition, they get a per diem. That means every day they're in session, they get paid additionally to their salary and benefits. As far as I know, my friend Aaron wants to get rid of the per diem. I think it's despicable. I think it's disgusting that it exists, and I support Aaron's fight for doing so. I think he would agree with me in saying that being an elected leader, a politician, you are there to serve the people, not the other way around. So if you're getting paid, it should just be so you can essentially get by while you're taking a break from your career while serving the people of your state. I know, as far as I know, he believes that state employees' pensions are out of control and unsustainable. I don't know what his plan is, but I know he sincerely believes that it needs to be addressed because there's going to be a lot of state employees in probably almost every state. I know New Jersey has big problems. New York and California probably have huge problems. And you're going to have, in 10, 20, 30 years, state employees that were given a lot of promises by governors and state legislators and politicians that they'd be able to retire and they have these lavish pensions with health care and all of this. Meanwhile, it's all being paid by the taxpayers. There's not really any savings to back it up. The amount that they take from the state employees' uh, wages and salaries every year to fund these pensions are very minimal compared to the payout that these pension programs and other retirement programs are going to make. And even if interest rates are normal and the Federal Reserve wasn't just suppressing them like crazy, there would still be no way to cover that shortfall. So it needs to be addressed, and I know that Aaron is ready to roll up his sleeves and, talk with other Republicans if he's elected as a Republican, talk with other Republicans as well as talk with Democrats across the aisle in a sincere way, because it's an issue that's going to affect everybody. Because there are state employees that are Democrats, Republicans, Independents, apolitical probably, and it's going to affect everybody. And it's not only going to affect the state employees, it's going to affect their families, and it's going to affect the entire economy, of course, because state employees, I don't know what the percentage is there, but figure you have employees from any one specific sector that they're retired and all of a sudden they don't get anything that they were promised. That's a problem. I think it's a microcosm of the national problems we have in Social Security and Medicare, but of course that's a conversation for another day. So, I could talk about a few other issues that Aaron cares about, but I know government reform is one of his biggest things, so that's really what I wanted to address. And it's going to be a tough fight because there are a lot of politicians in there who are very entrenched, and they want to fight for what they believe they've earned, or what they want to make taxpayers believe that politicians themselves earned, just by virtue of having been elected as a servant. They want to make the people their own servants by making the people pay for their retirements for the rest of their life, by making the people pay for their politicians' retirements, is what I'm saying. So that is one very strong reason why I'm supporting my friend Aaron Kaufer for state representative. And then only one other issue I wanted to cover for this video, and then I'm going to go over some real quickly some local events that are going on before the election here in Florida in support of gubernatorial candidate Adrian Wyllie. So the only other issue I wanted to address is in New York State they have a proposed state constitutional amendment which is on the ballot as a ballot question, and it deals with, and I think it's question number 2, but I can be wrong. Currently, the legislature has required that each bill that is being voted on by the state legislature, each bill needs to be printed up for each and every representative and senator. And the amount of paper that it wastes, and the ink that it wastes, and the money and time spent doing the printing and delivering the printing to each and every office is pretty obscene, especially considering that most of the politicians do not read most of the bills. It's a boon, I'm sure, for the printers union as well as whichever suppliers and or manufacturers have contracts with the state legislature. Totally fascist system. It's probably, in the grand scheme of things, not, there are probably some bigger fish to fry in New York State, but we all got to start somewhere. So for that reason, I definitely support yes on whatever ballot question that is, because I do believe that they should be that the state legislature should be allowed to issue the bills in electronic form, and I think there should be an option if the legislator wants to read the paper copy, they should be allowed to request it. And I'm not sure how the ballot question works in that sense, but the ballot question, if you vote yes and yes passes, it would repeal that requirement that the state legislature issue all of the representatives and senators paper copies of the bill. So I do support that ballot initiative. I'm sorry, that constitutional amendment. And then all else I wanted to talk about, right here in Florida, we have the gubernatorial election as well as a few other ballots coming this the election day this Tuesday. Right now it's it's October 29. So 29, 30, 31 is 3 days plus I think it's what, the 2nd or 3rd. It's next Tuesday. Let me see. It's next Tuesday. It's the 4th. So we are less than 7 days away. We're 6 days away from this election. And in the upcoming days, we got a jam-packed schedule here in South Florida. Going to run through it very quickly. Friday night, downtown downtown Delray Beach, we're having a sign waving for Adrian Wyllie for governor, and that's at the corner of Atlantic Avenue and Swinton Ave, which is right downtown, right by the park where they have the free concerts during the winter, during in-season, every Friday night. So we'll be there starting at 5 o'clock, maybe till 7, maybe even until later. I know I got there at 7 last week, and we stayed until 8, and it was pretty great because there's a lot of people entering that area to go out to dinner and the bars and the clubs and whatnot, and as well to go to the free concert. So we have that going on. Then Saturday, I believe the Wyllie campaign is going to be down in Miami, tailgating at the stadium before the Miami Hurricanes football game. I still haven't 100% confirmed that, but I have word from a reliable source that it is going on. However, I haven't seen any Facebook event, or I haven't gotten any email about it, so I couldn't confirm it 100%. Saturday night, what we do know is going on, Adrian Wyllie, the man himself, will be up here in Lake Worth in Palm Beach County starting at 6 o'clock on Lake Ave downtown. We will be sign waving and marching up and down the street for about an hour, and then at 7 o'clock we are going to be having dinner with Adrian Wyllie at Brogues. Again, that's Brogues on Lake Ave in downtown Lake Worth this Saturday night. Sign waving starts at 6, dinner starts at 7. Then Sunday morning, the very next morning, I think we get an hour more sleep because we fall back the clocks. 11 o'clock a.m., we are going to be having a tailgate party at the stadium in Miami before the Dolphins game. And that's going from 11 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon right before kickoff. And then and Adrian Wyllie himself will be there. And then in another hour, I will be joining one of my very good friends. He goes by maybe several names, but one of his online names is Flactivist. I always call him FL Activist, Florida Activist, but he prefers Flactivist. And he has organized on very short notice a major sign waving, banner hanging, whatever you want to call it, overpass demonstration at the Glades Road overpass over Interstate 95 right in Boca Raton in Palm Beach County. So I will be at all 4 of those events, not the Hurricanes game, but the other 4 events I will attend. And I believe that Adrian will be attending another event at a supporter's place in Pembroke Pines at 6 o'clock p.m. on Sunday. I know that is on Facebook. I don't know the particular details of it, though, but Adrian will be there as well. So, on that note, let me finish my beer. I've made the video a little longer than I wanted to. And I just realized that I pretty much didn't say anything about the Lafayette-Lehigh football rivalry in this video, except when I first introduced the video as the video series. So, as always, let's go Leopards, beat Lehigh. I can't wait for the game. We got, I guess, about almost 3 weeks to go, just over 3 weeks to go, and I'm excited. I'm talking with a couple of friends. They're all excited, so it's going to be a great time, and I will see you guys in just over 3 weeks. Peace.